on, y'all? Fast Sports Talk back at it with another video talking some NBA. Here to talk NBA 2K ratings. Here giving you guys my reaction because the ratings have come out over the past couple of weeks or so. They've been slowly releasing them, and there's still some ratings out there left. Of course, there's still some stars out there, but the KDs, the LeBrons, the Steph Currys, and of course the cover athlete Kyrie Irving, those ratings have already been released. So here to talk about, did 2K get it right or did they get it wrong? So let's get started. So how I'm going to do this is basically put up the ratings for you guys to look at and sort of react as we go along here. So let's get started with, of course, the best player in the world, LeBron James, who is rated as the best player in the world in 2K. And why shouldn't he be? And I know there are some pundits out there, some expert analysis after the NBA Finals saying Kevin Durant had supplanted him as the best player in the world, which was blasphemous. Okay, LeBron James is the best player in the world, and the finals, the previous finals, didn't change a thing. I don't care what anybody says, okay? And 2K here has him at a 97. To be honest, if he was a 98, if he was a 99, I would have no issue with that. 2K actually was a little frugal with his rating because 97 would have been the lowest I would have went. So LeBron James, best player in the world. No questions, no debate about it. Next up, we have Kevin Durant, of course, the second best player in the world. There should be no debate about that as well. He is the second best player in the world. And no matter what LeBron's rating is, KD should always be maybe 1 point lower or at most 2 points lower. So 2K got it right there with a 96. Then we get into the next two with Kawhi and Steph. And people can make the argument here about who's the better player between the two, okay? And the thing I see right here with 2K is they pretty much just look at the fact that Kawhi plays both ends of the floor and Steph Curry doesn't. Now, Steph Curry is a two-time MVP, so people can make the argument that, hey, he's a better player, but Kawhi Leonard does play both ends of the floor, and this season he became a top 5 player. Dude is an absolute stud. He's a monster, and he can score the ball now as well, okay? He's a routine 20-point, I think 25-point per game guy, and he's going to be a stud for years to come. But that overall game that Kawhi has, Steph Curry lacks. Usually doesn't even guard the best player on the other team, which Kawhi does every single night. So that's why I feel like Kawhi should be rated a little higher than Steph, and 2K did get it right there. Now let's move on to the real issue that I have with 2K and their ratings. Next up, they have Giannis, they have Karl-Anthony Towns, they have Paul George, Kyrie Irving, and John Wall, okay? All within a point of each other, 91 and 90, okay? John Wall should be higher than all of them, okay? John Wall consistently gets underrated in this league. He is the best point guard in the Eastern Conference, bar none. He's better than Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving should be an 88 in this game. I don't think he should be a 90, and I'm not just saying that because, you know, now Kyrie wants out of Cleveland, and his trade value seems to be dwindling day by day. Kyrie Irving is great. He's an incredible player. He's an all-star. He's a, I don't know if I would say superstar in that sense because he's a one-dimensional player, okay? He's a great scorer, an elite scorer, a top 3, top 5 scorer. But outside of that, he is average or below average at everything else. Kyrie Irving really doesn't do anything else besides score the ball. And for that, you got to kind of dock him. And John Wall does more and has a more complete game, more all-around game, better facilitator, better, I would say, at passing, better rebounder, better defender. And so for that reason, I'd have John Wall at least at a 91, 92 in this game. I think they lowballed him a little bit. I don't think he's getting the recognition he deserves. Now, Giannis, of course, you know, the Greek freak, is an absolute monster stud, but still can't shoot, needs to develop that jump shot, which I have no lack of confidence that he won't, but I'm just saying that he does need to. I still think John Wall is a little bit better scorer, and you can say a better shooter at this point than Giannis, okay? Karl-Anthony Towns, love the guy, okay? Just needs to be a better defender, and I believe he will be this year. May have put him at a 90, but you're kind of picking needles here with that 91, 90. I do think John Wall should be over him, definitely should be over Kyrie Irving. And Paul George, look, they have him at a 91. I think he's more about an 89 in this game. I think Paul George is great. He plays both ends of the floor, but he's not elite at it. I think he is a star. I don't think he's a superstar. And to me, when you're in that status of a 90 plus, to me that signifies a superstar status. And so that's why I would probably have Paul George a little lower at an 89. Let's move down the list a little bit, and no real issues here. I mean, people could say Kristaps should be a little higher. They have him at an 86. You can make the argument he should be maybe an 87, maybe an 88, but I think I'm fine with an 86. Andre Drummond actually looks a little higher than I would have put him at, maybe an 84, an 83. Miles Turner, though, okay? Miles Turner is going to be the centerpiece for the Pacers. They have him at an 84, which seems a little too high for me. I probably wouldn't put him at an 82, actually. Miles Turner I like. I don't love the guy, and I think 2K was a little aggressive with his rating, so probably would have went down to an 82 for Miles Turner. Dwayne Wade an 84. Love the guy, but D Wade's past his prime, so can't really argue there for Dwayne Wade. He might not even be on the Bulls at the end of this next upcoming season, so we'll have to wait and see there. But no really too many issues with the next tier on this list. Now we finally get to the rookies with Lonzo, Markelle Fultz, and the rest of these guys, Jason Tatum, etc., etc. I think 2K should have lowered the entire rookies rating a little bit lower. I think they were a little too aggressive here, giving everybody, basically being generous and just giving everybody solid ratings with Lonzo getting an 80, Fultz getting an 80, Josh Jackson getting a 78. I get it. These guys are proven, are going to be expected to be studs, and a lot of people expect Lonzo to be very good. People expect Markelle Fultz to be very, very good, an all-star player. But you kind of want to develop that and wait till we see that. So maybe would have started them at a 77, 78 instead of an 80 right away. You know, for Markelle Fultz and Lonzo Ball, maybe I could have seen an 80, but for the rest of these guys and the rookies as a whole, they probably should have just lowered it a little bit. Maybe Jason Tatum go down to a 75. He's at a 77, I believe, and that's really what I would have done. The other surprise I see here is Derrick Rose at a 78. D-Rose had probably his best season of the past couple seasons, and his rating actually went down. Now, of course, Rose ended up signing a minimum contract with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and of course, he wasn't a hot commodity in free agency, but that all has to do with his health issues. We know when Derrick Rose is healthy, he can still produce, and that's the thing with 2K is I think they lowballed him a little bit. I would have liked to see him at least an 80. I think an 80 would have been a solid rating for Derrick Rose. And finally, we have the last of the list that I'm going to show. I mean, there's more, but at that point, we're going to guys like Spencer Dinwiddie and Kay Felder, and I don't think you guys care about that too much. So we're just going to talk about here. We got guys like Jason Tatum, like I mentioned, probably should have been a 75. All rookies should have been lowered a little bit. Dennis Smith, same thing. Nick Young's at a 74. Probably could be a 72. Doesn't really do much outside of scoring. Terrence Ross you got at a 75. He doesn't do much outside of scoring the ball as well. Brandon Ingram at a 76. Maybe I would have probably put Brandon Ingram at a 78, 79. I think 2K kind of lowballed him there. But with that being said, those are my reactions to the ratings for 2K. If you guys liked this video and enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And hopefully once more ratings come out, I'll be doing more reaction videos to that. If you guys want me to, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. And please do not forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.